On today's episode of Discover Wisconsin, we're digging into farm life and fresh farm products, all while exploring one of the most beautiful parts of our state. Welcome to Platteville.
Hello and welcome to Discover Wisconsin.
This is an anthem for those who look for more and never say they've seen it all. Windows down, let's take a ride. The good land's great tonight.
Platteville, where roots run deep. Discover Wisconsin's 500th episode.
The beautiful rolling hills and fields in southwest Wisconsin are home to family farmers and local producers who work hard to provide us with fresh, quality grown products. Today on Discover Wisconsin, we're talking about agriculture's past and present in Platteville. Located southwest of Madison off Highway 151, Platteville is in the heart of Wisconsin's Driftless region. Agriculture has long been a part of the communities and culture found in Platteville and its surrounding areas. And to really appreciate that, we have to understand what brought us here. The Rollo, Jameson, and mining museums in Platteville feature artifacts and exhibits that focus on the history of mining and agriculture, as well as the everyday lives of the people of southwest Wisconsin.
We bring the history of the Driftless region alive. We have about 10,000 people a year who come through for a tour of an authentic 1845 lead mine. The Lorenzo Bevins lead mine is very, very unique, and it's really exciting. It's an 1845 lead mine, and he actually unearthed about 2 million pounds of lead in 1 year. So it's really important in the history of our city, and it's a really cool thing that today we get to go down and see what mining was really like in the 1830s, experience it.
Agriculture is an important part of Platteville's past, but it also plays a growing role in its present and future. Today you can find local farmers and producers selling fresh produce and handmade products at the Farmers Market, which takes place every Saturday morning.
One of our things at the Platteville Farmers Market is you make it or you grow it yourself. So not only do we know where it came from, we know how it's grown. One-on-one customers can talk to the growers and find out, what's going on, where does this come from. So it's all about freshness and just knowing your product. The market brings people out, they get to socialize and come and enjoy the market and just sit and talk and relax in the park. It's just a wonderful community to have here in Platteville.
Meeting the farmers that grow the food that you and your family eat is a really special thing. And I had the amazing opportunity to visit a farm right here in Platteville owned by the Kieler family.
So I'm the third generation to Kieler Farms, and family, it's the root of our farm. We just work so well together. We all have our niche areas, but we also work as a team very well.
What's your favorite part? What do you love about being a family farm?
I love that I can do the job that I love while being with the people that I love.
I loved being on the farm. Everybody works together. I had an opportunity to get in there and actually milk the cows in a milking parlor, which was a very fun experience for me. I also had the opportunity to ride in a tractor.
So right now, we're in the middle of our corn silage harvest, and the point of this tractor is to compact the corn silage down to make a better feed for our cows. There will be about 1,200 loads of corn silage when we're done.
Wow. Is this a duty that you regularly do, come out on the tractor?
Yes, on normal days, this is what I do. I sit in here, and it's also a good bonding time for my husband and I, because he's the one that pushes the feed up. So we're both here, and we usually sit on our headsets and talk to each other. It's pretty romantic.
I love that. My favorite part today was joining in the family meal. You can really tell that this is a family affair. They enjoy working together, they enjoy spending time together, and it was so great to be a part of that. Visitors can also get a behind-the-scenes look at how a farm works at Platteville's Day on the Farm event held every summer.
A lot of kids never see a cow or any animals or anything. They don't have that chance anymore. We give rides through the farm, so they stop at different stations for grain processing. They can go down to the dairy barn, they can watch a milk down there. We have a petting zoo. We have grain engulfment.
They asked if I would participate in a grain simulation where there's actually an entrapment, and of course they asked if I would be the victim, so I got to pretend that I was trapped in a grain bin today.
Are you trapped?
Yep. I'm in concrete.
So now that you're stuck, can I talk to you about a bill that's in front of the assembly right now?
And I use the word pretend loosely because I actually was trapped. Agriculture in the state of Wisconsin is important to our entire industry. It's an $88 billion industry. It's our second biggest industry, only behind manufacturing. It's part of our heritage. But as we move further and further and further into this service-based economy, people get removed from the farm. I think it's really important that people get out here and see how their food is produced, see how hard these farmers work to be able to do what they do. Anytime we have the opportunity to get people to the farm, I think it's a great opportunity.
Find out more about how you can learn about and experience farm life in Platteville at discoverwisconsin.com. And when we come back, Mariah gets a taste of the products that are harvested in and around Platteville.
Welcome back to Platteville, right here on Discover Wisconsin.
Now that we've met some of the growers and farmers that call this area home, let's sample some of the products that are grown, harvested, and produced right here in Platteville.
Just west of Platteville is the historic Potosi Brewing Company. Grain and hops are two of the main ingredients in beer, and here at Potosi Brewing Company, they like to use local ingredients grown right here in Wisconsin.
We try to keep everything as local as possible. Like for our root beer, we use honey that's locally harvested the next town over. Almost all of our grain is out of Chilton, Wisconsin. A lot of our hops are out of Wisconsin as well. Wisconsin has always been great for growing hops, and now that the craft beer industry is booming, people are growing hops left and right.
In addition to the brew pub and restaurant, the brewery is also home to the National Brewery Museum.
What we have on display here are various collections from members of the American Breweryana Association. I mean, anything beer related is collectible. It's not just preserving the history of breweries, but it is preserving a culture and what the breweries contributed to a community and to society. Many of the communities that exist, whether they're small communities like Potosi or larger communities like Milwaukee and St. Louis and Cincinnati, those places might not be what they are today if the breweries had not been located there and helped build those cities.
Another local producer in the area is the iconic Rural Route 1 popcorn in Montfort. This place makes the best popcorn ever. It is so good. In fact, they ship popcorn all around the world, and it's made locally. All right, so how does a popcorn business get started in Southwest Wisconsin?
Well, in 1983, we were a seed corn company, and it was during the grain embargo, so we tried all kinds of stuff. We tried popcorn, barley, soybeans, a wide variety of things, and popcorn turned out to be our biggest success.
Really? So is there anything special about the way you guys grow the corn here?
Well, the biggest thing is we don't just grow one type of corn for all the different applications. So you have butterfly popcorn, and that's the really tender popcorn that you would directly eat. And then for our coated stuff, we use something called a mushroom corn. That gives us this big hearty kernel that we can cover with all the sweet stuff.
Southwest Wisconsin is also known for growing a sweeter kind of crop and producing some of the best wines this state has to offer.
We're here in the beautiful hills of Southwest Wisconsin, just outside of Highland, about 5 miles out. And it's just gorgeous. What people can do when they visit Spurgeon Vineyards and Winery is, of course, sample wines. We have about 20 on our table at any given time, and you're welcome to sample all 20 if you'd like. And they're welcome to just sit on our deck and kick back, enjoy the scenery, the weather. It doesn't get much greener than this.
I have to say, I am pretty proud of the number of wineries I have checked off my Wisconsin bucket list here over the past couple of years. And Sinnipee Valley Vineyard and Winery is one I had not been to. It's located in Cuba City. Again, you're in Southwest Wisconsin, so a lot of these locations are tucked away in valleys just like this one. Lenny, I love talking to winemakers from Wisconsin because they almost never started in the winemaking business. They usually ended up there, and something tells me you had a similar background.
Oh yeah, it is. And I got this going as a hobby, and it's kind of a hobby out of control now.
And here we are.
We have 7 acres of grapes on the property, about 3,200 grapevines.
Wow, 3,200 grapevines. And are you incorporating any Wisconsin ingredients?
Yeah, we are. Everything's Wisconsin. Our cherries from Door County, our apples from Gay's Mills, cranberries from Warren's area. Nice. Everything we do in fruit is Wisconsin.
That's what I like to hear. I always love meeting the owners of places like this all across the state. Lenny and Sharon were so great. It was really neat to see the heart and soul that they pour into their business. And whether you like red or white, sweet or dry, they have a little bit of everything.
Start planning your trip to the Platteville area today by heading to discoverwisconsin.com and downloading a free itinerary. And don't go away. Coming up, Marie heads to campus to see what's going on at the University of Wisconsin-Platteville.
Welcome back to Discover Wisconsin, where we're learning about Platteville's farming roots. Set in the rolling hills of southwest Wisconsin, the University of Wisconsin-Platteville has one of the highest ranked agriculture programs in the country. And the students studying ag here have the amazing opportunity to work and learn at Pioneer Farm. What is Pioneer Farm and what role does it play with UW-Platteville?
Pioneer Farm is a living, breathing laboratory. We support the ag programs in the School of Ag at UW-Platteville. We do offer tours and we have different educational opportunities throughout the year.
What can a student or a kid or anyone learn when they come to the farm?
We do milk 3 times a day so they can see the cows being milked. We do offer the opportunity to go feed calves, go over and see the swine center to see what a modern hog facility looks like. There's always something going on at Pioneer Farm. We're pretty busy.
I bet. With 14 different majors and minors available, the School of Agriculture attracts students from all over, and the students come from all different backgrounds.
I'm from California, and I decided to come to UW-Platteville because of the new dairy science program. I just have a passion for being outside mainly and working with the different aspects of agriculture, from crops to animals, especially cows. That's my biggest passion.
In addition to visiting Pioneer Farm, the public can take advantage of numerous programs offered by UW-Platteville, such as the College for Kids Camp, held every summer.
College for Kids is a camp that invites kindergartners through 7th grade, and it allows kids to come onto UW-Platteville and experience different types of classes that they might not normally be exposed to.
My favorite part so far was making the ice cream. Ice cream!
Dr. Montgomery has an ag background, and she's a professor at the university, and she's teaching kids about how to make cheese and the science behind ice cream making.
I can't wait to put the toppings on because I think all of my toppings are going to be the sour gummy bears. You can have fun, make new friends, and you can learn a lot of new stuff.
I hope that they love UW-Platteville like I've grown to love it. I hope they enjoy coming here and going home to their mom and dads and say, you know, we learned this today, and I didn't know this is how you make ice cream, and you know, getting to taste something that they've made or created with their hands.
In addition to educating people about agriculture, the University of Wisconsin-Platteville is actually a hub for tons of innovative research that looks to the future of farming.
So many good things are happening here. The School of Ag is buzzing with activity. Currently, I'm very much involved with the ginger project. Ginger is a tropical crop, like about 9 months. But we do have only short duration, hardly 4 or 5 good, months during the summertime. So what we thought, let's make it a baby ginger, Baby means we harvest at 5 months, It's not so matured. Farmer market vendor, if he could take this crop, this product to the market, he could augment his income, So that's how we want to help. How to produce the ginger plants, that is the most critical step. So many things could be done with ginger. We want to expand our horizons. We want to become very much a global reach, but with a local focus.
Check out behind-the-scene photos of our cruise time in Platteville at discoverwisconsin.com and share your own photos with us on Instagram using the hashtag DiscoverWisconsin. Coming up after the break, Mariah explores more ways visitors can enjoy the outdoors here in Platteville.
We're back in Platteville, right here on Discover Wisconsin.
Eating well and enjoying the outdoors is just part of the culture and lifestyle here in Platteville, which goes hand in hand with its rural history. I decided to take a little bike ride along the very accessible, very easy, and very scenic Roundtree Branch Trail.
Platteville has a lot of great biking opportunities. We have the newly paved and lit David County Roundtree Branch Trail. It's about a 3-mile long stretch of lit trail. Great beginner track as it's fairly flat. Does get into a few rolling hills throughout the way, but overall it's good for families to bike on. That does connect to the Platteville to Belmont Trail. That trail, it sends you out to the rest of eastern Wisconsin and connects to a lot of other trails. So this is really a hub or a starting point for a lot of adventures that you can have biking in Wisconsin.
My favorite stop along the trail was definitely Katie's Garden. It's a memorial garden, really beautiful, full of lots of different flowers and different kinds of plants, and just a great spot to really, press pause. While I was there, I met up with the master gardener, Julie, who let me get my hands dirty a little bit, and we planted some flowers. As one of the master gardeners, Julie, how would you describe Katie's Garden?
Katie's Garden is a wonderful, beautiful place. I've seen a lot of people down here picnicking and just playing in the water. There's a lot of people that bicycle, run through. You can just really enjoy walking around the flower beds and just sitting and enjoying the peace and quiet.
So who was Katie?
Katie Vossen was a young lady who passed away in 2004, and she was a volunteer at the Chamber for 8 years during her high school and college years. And so they've named the garden after her.
And after you've explored the gardens, you can head right next door into the Travel Wisconsin Welcome Center and plan the rest of your trip.
When people visit Platteville, their very first stop should be at the Platteville Travel Wisconsin Welcome Center. You will get some of the greatest information, free guides and maps of the area, of Platteville itself, and of course, throughout the state of Wisconsin. So when you get here, these are the folks that will give you the expert advice of where you should go, what you can do and see. This is really an outdoor paradise for folks.
Southwest Wisconsin is kind of noted for having a lot of trout streams. Right now, here at the Little Platte, we're fishing for smallmouth. It is pretty much rolling hills and trees and quiet. Yeah. I brought my son-in-law and 2 grandsons out to the Little Platte a few years ago, and they live in Madison. And my son-in-law just went, "It's quiet. Now I know why you go fishing." That's the easiest way for me to explain it. It's just, you want to de-stress, get away, it's quiet. And if you catch fish, it's a lot of fun. So.
Before we conclude our trip through the Platteville area, Marie and I decided to check out an event called the Fall Harvest Table Dinner, held at Digman Farms.
I love that people are caring more and more about where their food comes from, and it just doesn't get much better than an actual farm dinner.
It tastes better, it looks fresher, and there's something to be said about seeing where our food comes from and supporting fresh, locally grown, produced food.
To Platteville's roots.
Cheers.
I love that Platteville really holds on tightly to its rural heritage. To me, it's just so Wisconsin. To come here and to have the beautiful hills and ridges surround you, but to have people here who are so proud of their culture and their heritage, and they're not letting anyone take that away from them. I think that's a really beautiful thing. You don't find that everywhere.
Discover Wisconsin is the state's leading media brand. Continue the adventure at discoverwisconsin.com and stream episodes on YouTube and Roku TV.